lovers of pop culture and toys got together on the internet and they started making noise. So everybody, let's join Jesse Arnold and his buddy Curtis Ackerman, because when indulging in fine geekery, it's always best to bring a friend or two. Shooting the shell. Everybody loves shooting the shell. Shooting the shell. Let's start shooting the shell. You're gonna love it now. Let's start shooting the shell. Just might make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shell around the nation. Let's start shooting the shell.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Shooting the Shelf, Season 3, Episode something 6, I think.
Episode 6.
I can read the headline at the top of the page. Welcome to Shooting the Shelf. I'm Jesse Arnold, and over here on this, cool, I got it right. On this side is my wonderful co-host, Curtis Ackerman. How are you doing today, Curtis?
I'm doing excellent. You know, I think that's twice in a week that you've pointed the right direction, right in the first shot.
See, it's when I don't think about it, it works better.
Okay.
Sometimes, but not always.
There you go.
So tonight we've got our special guest, Arthus, Zoron joining us, but real quick, shout out to folks in the chat. Thanks for joining us way earlier than normal today. I guess there's something going on that Curtis and other people want to watch, that we're going early. But anyway, quick shout out who we got out there, Curtis.
Well, we got Purple Gang out there. We've got Rygon, Terrence St. John, Steve Obeg, Patrick Boyle, Rob Zamora, Eddie, Eduardo de Jesus, the Jesus. We've got our sponsor, the great Len LaGuardia, Carver Customs, Legends Collector 1321. I am TJ Williams, Mark Rivera. We got G Echevarria, J Max 77, and John Caulfield joining us. So
John getting to catch us on a live for once since we're going so early. And a quick shout out and thank you to our super chats from last week, Kevin Boots, G, and Rob Zamora.
Beautimous. Well, let's without further ado, let's bring out our guest, because I've been waiting a while to talk to this one.
Get that warm digital welcome going for everybody.
Hi.
It's Arthus. How's it going, Arthus?
So good. I'm quite exciting, and my hand is kind of cold.
All right. Well, I'm really excited to talk to you. You had an amazing Legions Con, and we definitely want to get into that. But before that, we go into a little segment called Shelf Selections, and we're going to go ahead and do those pictures real quick. If you're ready, Jesse.
Yes.
All right. This first one was one of my selections. This is amazing photographer Jason B. Michael, and he's obviously using one of these new Mezco Gomez figures, the Force one. You got the Emperor in the background, and he is lifting Vader off the ground. Just a really cool visual here. I thought this was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's really cool. I don't know how I feel about Gomez. I don't know enough about him to feel like I get him lifting Darth Vader, but it is a great shot. And even the way they've got Vader posed, where like it actually feels like his arms and legs are dangling back, and everything. I think is very well done. I really like the shot.
Yeah, and I like how as we've gone through all the different Star Wars movies and Clone Wars and things like that, like you constantly see, the Emperor having this kind of right hand Sith with him. that he keeps kind of replacing. And I just think that, what if this was some sort of alternate Star Wars universe where Vader just got replaced with Gomez. So
Okay.
Arthus, any comments on this one?
I think it's a fun one. Like just like you said, it's like he's replacing Vader. It's fun. I like the concept.
Yeah, I like the lighting too. Like it looks like, they've got one of those like they're on a space station, and you've got that window that goes out to space, and you've got that light coming in. It's just kind of really cool.
Oh yeah.
Next one is Jesse's.
So this is Martin Max Smith _11 on Instagram. Really dig the lighting on this. It's got a very Mike Mignola vibes to it. The way the shadows are, very present, and there's very minimal like lighting highlights coming from the underside. And I love that they got the skeleton head in that new Phalanx Builder helmet. I just thought that was a really cool thing. I was like, ooh, I might have to do that swap on that headpiece.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know if they like had to cut that head out, or if does it pop out, that Phalanx head?
I think it comes out like like the Dubon head, like the heads,
like it's glued, but you have to like work
glued.
at it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I think you can work at it, and I could be wrong. That might be a 2.0 skull to fit inside that, or it might be shaved down. But
see, I didn't even know those were two pieces. I thought that was all sculpted as one piece. So this is really cool that it's kind of been, hollowed out and then put on a skeleton. Yeah, I really like that. That's neat.
Just make me want to run up into my studio and find out about that, because I have that head upstairs.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. I like that, Jesse. This is my next one. You're going to see a theme with some of my next picks, because obviously I've been in a classified kick lately. So just forewarning on my next few picks. This is figured _wood. And you've got Ripper there with Mutt down on the ground, and you got Junkyard jumping behind him with a nice like twist to him, like where he's like jumping and twisting in the air trying to come after him. I don't know. This is just a really fun pick. I like this a lot. And there's even like I don't know if that's a backdrop but it like looks like containers behind them, like they're in a freight warehouse or something.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those are the extreme sets. They have a like shipping container set where it's like full 3-dimensional, like those collapsible cardboard things you can put together.
Yeah.
And they had like the container stacks like that.
Gotcha.
It could be something
I've got
else,
a few of those sets. I just didn't know they had a
Mhm.
container one. That's cool. I like that.
I really dig this. Yeah, all the posing. They must have watched the episode with Steve Shoddy a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the action pose on everybody and the dog. But I think the thing that really sells this for me is the light, like that giant kind of halogen.
Like the floodlights over a warehouse.
Over a warehouse or like a stockyard or something, just really makes it like set that tone. It's really cool.
I like, there's a couple things about this one that I really thought, going back to what you were saying with the Steve Bisciotti thing, like the Mutt, he's got the like straight hands to where he's trying to like push the thing off of him. He didn't use like the trigger hands and stuff. You see him kind of like reaching his head up, like he's trying to get his chin out of the way of the weapon. And then the thing that is the coolest for me is that waist twist on the dog. Like he was jumping and then tried to kind of like turn his body in midair to, to kind of snap at him or something. So yeah, this is just really cool.
Yeah, I really like this. Really, really good pick.
Next one is Jesse's.
This is from our buddy Sig, Area 42 Earth Station on Instagram. Always making really cool stuff with his dioramas and everything, and he's got some behind the scenes shots on this. But this classic kind of white prototype Boba Fett figure with I don't remember which TIE fighter that is back there, but I think that's some sort of model kit thing he, kit bashed or cobbled together
Mm.
off to the right. And a lot of that stuff in the background is just like foam packaging from inside some sort of shipping box that he's got propped up to look like entranceways into like a shopping, market or something, and all the cables and everything. This just felt like a really cool alternate take on Boba Fett in some different galaxy. I just thought it was really cool.
Yeah, it's got a very kind of heroic look to it. Like this is, Boba the White or something. It's like I don't know. I really like it. Not only the figure itself, but then the lighting around it and stuff. It just looks very like angelic and because there's the white lights, but it's also kind of blurred out a bit in the background, and it's just I love just kind of the overall shot. Obviously, we know Sig's a great customizer, but this photo is really awesome as well. So, all right, next one is mine, and this one I thought was unbelievable because I saw the first shot there on the left, and obviously that's the Croc from Crocmaster, G.I. Joe, and then the figure is actually a 1/18th scale figure. But it's up closer to the camera, so it looks like the scaling is the same, even though it's actually a smaller figure. And I thought for sure that this was taken underwater. And then you look at the second pic, and you can see, kind of the films over the lights and kind of the blue tints to it and what's going on. Obviously, the bubbles and stuff were added, post shot in the in Photoshop or whatever. But the ability to create those colors and make it look like this is actually happening underwater. And once again, we just talked about the junkyard, figure, and now we're talking about this Croc one. Man, Joe's are just the classified line is doing some really amazing animals, and this thing looks so realistic here. I love, just how it looks like it is like swimming and moving through the water the way that you would expect a Croc to. I just think this thing is phenomenal.
It makes me want to watch.
Sorry, I don't know if I said it. This is Toys and Photography on Instagram.
Yes. This makes me want to go watch Lake Placid as soon as we finish the show. Just because giant crocodile. Yeah, no, this is really cool. The behind the scenes shots great. I love seeing the way they're using the plastic bag or whatever that wrap is in the background to give that kind of texture to the background and everything. And the posing, again, phenomenal posing and all that. Yeah, this is a really, really awesome shot.
Yeah, I was really happy with that one. And then Jesse's
First Strike Figs, figured with no pun intended, the online sale coming up soon for Store Horseman. He's got a shot of the Mythic Wall Tour in here. And I think the comments had like taken a break or something like that. And he's just like chock full of arrows. But I like, the kind of the blurred out background of some sort of castle or something there. I just thought this was a fun shot. Very, sunny, happy sunny day in the woods, and you've just got the skeleton peppered with arrows.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Walter did to this gentleman that he felt the need to, just pepper him with arrows and stuff. Because Walter's a good guy and he doesn't deserve this treatment. But in all seriousness, yeah, I think the photo's cool. I like how the arrows look like they're golden. And I don't know if that's all lighting or After Effects or if he actually painted them or what, but it just looks really cool. So I like how this is set up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And my last one, once again, theme. This is Just an Average Joe on Instagram, and two of my favorite characters, Sergeant Slaughter down on the ground, and you got Serpentor above him, just coming after him. And it just has this like where you kind of feel like Sarge is kind of like going backwards, like trying to get back away from that snake. I don't know. And then, Serpentor's chasing after him, trying to, close the deal and kill him off. I just think this is just a really cool shot here. And this dude, Just an Average Joe, has a ton of G.I. Joe photography that is all spectacular. So if you are a G.I. Joe fan, this is one that I would definitely advise you follow on Instagram, because he's got a ton of great Joe stuff.
Now, I know I've given you some crap about Serpentor in the past, but you show me this picture to establish him, I'm sold. This picture looks badass. Like, yeah, I do think the costume's a little elaborate and over the top, but I buy this shot so much more than the Chariot look. Like, this just looks like he's just really into the snake look, but he means absolute business. So yeah, this is a great shot. And yeah, I can totally feel the scramble on Sarge there. Like, you can hear like the rocks and the gravel, like as he's trying to like scramble back.
Well, and you even see his like one foot is kind of turned sideways, like he's trying to push backwards, and yeah, just really cool.
Yeah, this is really, really well done. I'll have to check this out later.
And last one we've got is Jesse's.
So from Giovanni Bly, Blacked Magic Customs on Instagram, he repainted the Ziri head from Cosmic and put it on an Artemis 2. And I think he's one of the best, I think, skin tone painters I have ever seen, and just so good. And I just love the details in the face, like the tattoos or the tribal markings around the eyes and the lips and everything. I want this figure. Like, I want this to be a real figure.
I love this one.
Yeah, I mean, Giovanni does some great work, and this is no exception. I love, just not only the skin tones and you've got the one bare arm, the one armored arm, the kind of the non-symmetrical look to it, but then you throw some of the paint markings on there and stuff. It looks really cool. I like this. And I know he hasn't had his Instagram going for very long. Like it's only been maybe a couple months. But he's already got a ton of fire stuff on there. So if you're not already following him, definitely follow that black.magic.customs. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. A lot of cool stuff there.
Yeah.
It's popping up on my feed too. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, that is it for shelf selections. So we'll remove that. And
welcome to my kitchen.
There you go. Thank you for inviting us into your kitchen. So, Arthus, like this past year was your first Legions Con setting up and having a table, correct?
Yeah.
I can't, like, it blows my mind because this was my first year setting up too. And like, if you were to compare like my table versus your table, like in terms of setup and professionalism, like I was like going in, I bought some shelving units and I had tablecloth and I'm like, I think I'm doing pretty good. And then yours was a different level. Like it was like, you blew me away. Thank you. I was already going to go to your table anyways, because, I was taken in by, your gray dwarves and stuff. But just the setup and like some of the stands that you had and like the glass cases covering them, and you had some of the translucent parts and just a lot of really cool stuff. So yeah, can you just kind of, I guess, first take us back to how you kind of got into this customizing, and then what all led up to what I think is probably the most impressive Legions Con performance ever. So if you can kind of just take us through that.
Thank you. It started. I think I wait. I actually start with Gundam. Gunpla, the plastic robot. So I did that. I did the full custom of Gunpla for one of them, like this scale, and then I end up hated it and then give it away. And then 2-3 years later, I started to do it again, but I'm kind of like hesitate to get in. So what really kicked me into that is because I saw the head of the Anubis from the My Action Figure custom
Mm-hmm.
there, and I was like, I need to have this, but I don't know how to paint. I can't paint. So I was just searching, and then I see Instagram of Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Nikki Nicole. And I learned from her, and then I would just get the courage. So like, okay, let's slap it on it. So the first one was a vampire head from My Action Figure as well. And then once I painted it, and I sent the photo to Nikki, and it's like, hey, look what I'm doing. And then this is I learned it from your tutor, and yeah, I think I mentioned this before somewhere. It's like it really looked like a rock, and she's so kind.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it looks so nice, and like, yay, thank you. And then I started from there. That was sometime between, I think June 2020, somewhere between COVID stuff because of lockdown and everything. And I was in Australia, can't go anywhere. I think that was the time, or before that a little bit, because I have time to jump in and go to Warhammer. I remember that I went to Warhammer, walking in there and said like, I want to start this. And there was like, what are you looking for? What do you want to paint? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he was like, what do you want to paint? And he picked up something like, okay, say like orcs. So he put up orcs, and then he give me the list of the painted, what can do and mix and whatsoever. And so like, how do I know this? He give me all the instructions. He's so kind. Write it on. So I end up spend like $200 with all the paint in one day, and then come back home and with a tiny Warhammer that I haven't touched until this day.
Yeah.
I slap it on the those vampire and stuff, and then I started ever since from there.
That's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, there's a lot of folks in the community that are willing to offer advice and paint matches and different techniques and things like that. Nikki Nicole is a great one. I know like her Instagram, especially. I haven't seen as many like tutorials and stuff lately, but if you kind of go back in her Instagram, she's got a lot of tutorials on kind of like she'll walk you through the steps on painting like a Fury Orc, or walk through the steps on painting, whatever, this and that. And there's it's just one of those things that when you get into it, there's a plethora of information out there. You just kind of got to find it. There's a lot of good sources, and her Instagram is definitely one of those. So I was, I kind of went down that same rabbit hole, like you're saying, when I first got started in it. So before that, before like the Gundams and before Nikki, like, did you have any like artistic background, like growing up? Was there something like, did you draw or paint or have any sort of artistic background?
Let's see. I have a lot of hobby to turn into something like so before this, I do the flower arrangement. And before the flower arrangement, I do some handmade jewelry.
Gotcha.
Like when they have like a market, a maker market, something. So I just go there and sell stuff. For the flower arrangement, I just do it for fun because in Sydney we have like very big flower market. So I went there like twice a month.
Yeah.
And, I arranged like big flower arrangement, and end up having no space, so I have to give up to the coffee shop downstairs at my apartment like every 2 weeks. So they have free flowers.
Oh wow!
Right. So pretty much about that. But I grew up seeing my mom do some paint because she liked to do paint also. She would have like a mirror frame, that the mirror in the middle, and then they all around it. So I grew up watching her doing that, and she also do the fabric flower, like artificial flower from the piece of cloth. So that was her. I don't know, second job, income or whatsoever.
So it sounds like you've always like been doing some creative stuff, even if it wasn't actually like painting. It was definitely creative and putting your ideas together and coming up with stuff. So that's cool. So that probably lent itself well once you first got into this. Then
But before I'm doing all this, I'm considered customized action figures an abomination. I said, like, why do you have to do that? It's already perfect from the factory. If people do the QC, and everything is perfect. Why do you want to change it? Oops. Sorry.
We do have a super chat here from John Caulfield. It's $5.99, whatever those things are.
Euros.
I think that's like 60 cents or something. And
no, that's probably more.
It says, great to catch you guys live for once. You know what, John? It's great to have you here with us, so we appreciate it. You were on their show for a little bit. You had leading up to Legions Con. You were on the Euro Legion. So how did that come together? They just call you up and say, "Hey, you want to be on?"
Yeah, because like they do the road to Legion Con, so I'm on the list. So it's just probably on the list to pick up something.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first time I've heard you anywhere. Have you done any other interviews besides that? That was your first one?
That was the first podcast, and this is the first YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, that makes me happy then that we're letting people kind of see you and get to know you a little bit. Because I absolutely fell in love with your work. And like I said, seeing your stuff at Legions Con just blew me away. So what got you to the point where you thought to yourself, you know what, I'm ready to have my own table at Legions Con? Like, tell us about that kind of decision. And yes, Carver Customs is right. I was stalking Arthus's table before he was set up.
I think
so excited to get stuff from him.
I think as soon as I got in there to start setting up, Curtis was like, I already bought 3 customs from Arthus. I'm like, how are you even in here setting up?
So tell us a little bit about your decision to like, hey, I think I'm ready to have a table.
So the first year was actually 2000. Last year was my first to have a table, right? The first year that I got to Legion Con is 2022.
22, okay.
Right, and I was have some stuff sneaking with on the table of the Planetary Dog toy. But nobody knows. Maybe nobody noticed about that because I was talking to Seba before. And he was there, and then unfortunately he got COVID, so he didn't enjoy. But before Legion Con that year, I was talking to him and I showed him some stuff. And he said, like, bring along some stuff. But I didn't know that he had the table, so I just bring just a little bit. And then he's so kind to let me display my stuff on his table. And then I got the feedback from whoever on that table on that year, saying like people was asking if you selling this one or whatsoever, and I was like, oh, so my stuff can sell.
Yeah.
So that would be the trigger, because before that I'm not quite sure like anyone would want my stuff, because it's like when you shake and the leg would be like like this, or the arm would pop off easily. So I don't know how to do it properly back then. So some of them still popping, but so I kind of have like a test run, let's say, putting stuff on the table, and then somebody asking, okay, so maybe I can do this, so let's do it. So
okay,
there you go.
So you decide to get a table, and then you start kind of ramping up for Legions Con. Start getting stuff painted and stuff ready, full figures, heads, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But throughout Legions Con, you also switched up your display. Like you would have stuff out there, and then more stuff would come out, and things would change as far as how you had it set up. So talk to us a little bit about that strategy and like what your game plan was going into it.
Because I was way in the back, and I've like no name at all. Like nobody knows me. Nobody know that I exist or whatsoever. Like in the back. So I need to find something to bring people in, because like people always scouting and walk around, see first what they want, and then they would just remember, and people would just have their own thing, the same thing. And if they see that something is not interested, they would not come back. And I was like in the back. So I need to create some point of sale.
Some excitement.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you didn't have, I mean, at least from my standpoint, you didn't have to worry about, not having a name or people knowing who you were, because I was like, before Legion's Con, I was singing your praises just based on what I had seen on your Instagram. And I was like, I had told, and people were talking about like, what's your game plan? Because you go in and there's all these tables and then you got the horseman table. Like, when do you do that? And like, what's your game plan for going in? And I told everybody my game plan is go straight to Arthus' table. Like, that's like the only thing that I need to do. There was a couple other things I want. I obviously wanted to get a calendar from Trevor. I wanted to get a stable from Alexander DeShaw. And I knew I was going to buy some other things from some people, but your table was like top priority on my list. And it did not disappoint. I mean, not only seeing and buying the customs from you, but then getting them home and looking at them closer and posing them and putting them on display. Yeah. Absolutely top notch. Like just so amazing. I couldn't be more pleased. And then I get to Christmas and I get a surprise gift that I didn't know anything about, that my wife had picked up an extra figure from you that she bought while we were at Legion's Con, and she surprised me with that for Christmas. So yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I had to keep quiet for like a few months.
Yeah, she said that it was a secret. So we do have a $10 super chat. Rob Zamora, Jesse and Curtis, glad to see you on the correct side of the screen. Art missed out on seeing through Brain Vampire Head. Any chance of those coming back? Thanks.
Yeah, I can say yes, because I'm made a few right now. So
I know you've been practicing with a lot of different stuff. Actually, I wanted to pull up your Instagram because I've seen some stuff with like lights in it and translucent stuff. Like you're doing some really kind of out there things. So like this is the one just recently that I was like, wow, what is going on here? So can you kind of explain like what we're looking at here?
I just have a LED light inside his head.
and it's a translucent, but then you paint like the whole head is translucent, but then you paint parts of it and leave parts not painted. Yeah. Or is it like a thin paint?
It was translucent in green color.
Okay.
And well, I have to confess that was I discovered it by mistake.
Oh.
Yes. So I spray paint as doing the prime in black color. And probably because I might be rushed or something, that the back of the head was kind of too thin. So it's still see-through. So I just playing around and something, and then I see that the light come through with that head, and we're like, huh. And then I remember that I have the LED light, so I just show it in and like, hey, it's work. Yay.
Happy little accidents, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then let's see, then go back to this. So this is kind of the final version then?
Right, the bling blink.
Oh, that is so cool. So what's going on? Is that the light coming down from up above that's hitting this? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's super cool. And I mean, just the details on this face and stuff, like the eyes and everything. Like,
so it doesn't look like a 6-inch toy.
No. This looks like a hot toy.
Or like a full prosthetics makeup for a movie set.
Yeah. That's just so cool. So then this one is your most recent, right?
Yeah, that's just last night.
Gotcha. And where's this head from?
This one is from the wait, what is his name? Black. Well, now I forget. Black Force Studio.
Oh yeah, I see it. Is it
right? But his Instagram was like using that name. Yeah, but
gotcha.
I think he's in Cabal and he's used like Black Force Studio.
Gotcha.
He's actually in Thailand.
And did he do this part too?
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yes.
cool. I like that.
So
And then this base, that's the new Mark Calvo base, right? For the bus.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I like that so much. I ordered
Yeah.
like 10.
It really is a cool look, especially to display like your work. I don't know that I would want like a collection of these, but to display, like to really make people focus on like the upper part here that you painted.
Yeah.
I think that really does it, because if you had a full figure there, you're kind of looking at all these different spots.
Right.
So this really helps make you, focus on like the main part that you want them to look at.
That's the main point. I mean, I'm so happy about this display is actually something that I've been looking for quite some times.
Yeah. And then this was also working with some translucent stuff, correct?
Right. That also from Planetary Dog Toys.
Gotcha. So the whole thing comes translucent, and then you paint certain parts thicker and certain parts lighter so that it still comes through.
Yeah. And so to do that, you have to paint like both sides, from the front and the back.
Gotcha.
And you try the back. You have to like leave the space of that Cabal symbol.
Gotcha.
Mix it up.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, there. Look at that. See that? I like that you even put like the one arm, so you've got like this very expressive thing here, and like look at those teeth, man. Those are so dang realistic.
If you zoom in, you will see his saliva is coming out also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put a clear resin in his mouth, so he have like a saliva here, like.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Most of my work is actually you have to look in. Like I don't want to say that the photo doesn't make it justice, but some of my work you have to really look into it with. That's why I have the magnifying glass on my table, because it's going to be that detail.
Well, that's like I was saying, like, I loved your stuff just looking at it on Instagram, and then your table amazed me. And then I got the stuff home that I bought, and then just posing it and looking at it up close, like it doesn't disappoint at any level, from the Instagram all the way through having it in hand. It's like it just keeps getting better.
Thank
Can you talk to us a little bit about the teeth here? Like how do you, because those look super realistic. Like, is there a certain color that you're using there, or a series of colors, or what's going on there?
Usually I plan everything from the start, like from the process of priming.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever I do the center prime with dark color coming up, and then the light color coming down.
Right.
So they create a shadow from the start, right? And then everything will be easy after that, because you just have the teeth. I would get the weight bone from Citadel, slap it on, and then have one of the wash. I think it's a skeleton. Wait, what is? I forget the name. Skeleton bone or something. It's a Citadel wash also.
There's a skeleton horde.
Right. Skeleton
contrast. Horde. Okay.
Yeah, that one. Put it on.
Do you thin it down? Like, do you water it down a bit? Because that sometimes I find that skeleton horde is a little yellowish.
Yeah.
And this doesn't look like that. So, like, do you thin it down a bit?
Use the lamine medium, like half.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
That's awesome.
Just slap it on, and then wait until it dry, and you prime. You coat everything, coat everything, and then you go back to that again and do the arc one, the one that with the shiny coat.
Okay.
Yep.
The ard coat, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Shiny.
That's cool. And then the other part on your gray dwarves that I really like is the pink around the eyelids.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, it just really makes the eyes pop, in my opinion.
That is actually the very first layer that I'm doing.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I just love your gray dwarves. They're fantastic.
That's more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure for a while, like if it wasn't every week, every other week on shelf selections, Curtis was picking one of your great.
Yeah, I know.
What is that?
It made it very hard for me to give Jesse trouble for picking out, Thistlethorn ones when I'm putting you up every week or every other week. So, and then these are just like collages. Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, that was the end of the year and have to pick
Oh, gotcha.
like how
Look
many
at that.
top 10. Yep.
That's cool.
So that one ends up to be with Eugene.
Mm-hmm. So this torso was the whole torso translucent?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you painted this side of the torso, but then this side you only just got to add it. How did you get like all this like cracking and stuff in here?
There is an effect from Citadel also. Something called Earth. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I'm bad about names.
That's all right.
Yeah, but it's a technique paint from Citadel. Just
Gotcha.
slap it on, leave it overnight, and it'll crack.
And then did you have to paint over that after it cracked to match this color, or it just happened to be the same color as this?
That one, no, I don't remember that I painted it. It just
okay.
I just choose the one that near to it to the
Gotcha.
color. Right.
Gotcha. That's cool.
That's my avatar.
Gotcha. Oh wow. That is
this one's
crazy.
So even before it hit the shelves.
That's crazy.
You know, like somebody bought something in my main display.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Walter bring someone, his friend, to my table, and then he ended up by the Thanatos, God of Death, the 4-wing guys.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the main display on that table, and then he was like, "Are you sure you want to sell me this one? Because it's my main piece on the table." It's like, "Yeah, go ahead. I have more up my sleeve." So he's like, "What do you have?" So like, I was planning to put this one if the Thanatos sold, and he was like, "Oh, I want both." I'm like, "Okay." So
That's
no
funny.
one ever see this at Legion Cons.
It didn't even come out, huh?
No, he didn't have a chance. I would just put it together for him, and then he was like, "Okay, I want that."
So, like, just got to break this down a little bit. So, it looks like you're using like Mythic Legion wings, maybe from the unknown one for the arms, right? Yeah. And do those just plug right into the arm sockets there, or did you have to modify that?
I put the what do you call it? The putty.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm guessing those are like the, what is it, Malfar?
Yeah.
His wings in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you painted them to match the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. And then I love the fur work here. Like that looks so realistic. That is cool.
I cannot replicate that anymore because Seba stopped producing the wolf.
Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's neat. I love the modified pieces like this, you know. That's cool. And then like I'm guessing you just added these down the middle, like
it's actually a sticker
pieces and stuff. Oh, really? Stickers?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a sticker. So I just put it on and like and I put some I think I put some clear resin at the back also so it not come off. So it's just become permanent. Actually, this one at first I refused to call him Ganesha because I don't really know what is written on the soft goods over there, so I don't want to disrespect to anyone. But then later I think it's like nothing, so it's like okay, so he's Ganesha.
And this was one of the ones that you had in the clear glass case, and it was. I think this was one of the last ones that you did right before Legion's Con, right? Like, wasn't this pretty close before? Yeah.
Yeah, this is Thanatos, the God of Death. And this year I'm trying to put the Hypnos, his twin brother, but I have no idea yet what to do.
Gotcha. And where did these wings come from?
The first one, I mean, that one was I think it's a design from Jason, but
Jason Rodriguez,
right? I think I'm not sure, but I got it print from I'm so bad at name. Somewhere.
Well, it came out fantastic.
From Mariano, Mariano, that was his name. If I'm
gotcha.
Not yeah.
Oops, I think I skipped one. Yeah,
That's the
that's a
top of
nice.
the town.
That's a nice little trio there.
Yeah.
And are these the bottom parts? Are they translucent as well?
Yes, I asked Penetrate Dog Toy to please do it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Man, you're just killing the translucent stuff. That's awesome.
trying to.
Jesse, while I'm going through this, I can't see the comments. So if there's any comments that we need to pull up or questions, if you could just take a look, that would be awesome.
Sure. Yeah, there's not a lot going on over there at the moment.
Okay. This is another one that's really cool.
Yeah.
Is this a soft good piece here?
No, it's actually printed from Penetrate Dog Toy also.
Oh, really? That like vest thing?
Yes, it is.
Wow. I'd never seen that. That's cool.
That one I have some kind of story behind it because I do it over like 7 times to
Oh, wow.
to make the flame.
Oh, down here at the bottom.
Right, and in the back, but I'm quite happy in the front, but in the back it was like nightmare. I have to do it like 7 times, like paint it and I hate it, and then spray it over and do it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, come on, like I don't even know how you like do this and get that, like, because to me, like when I'm painting a human head, like there's a lot of sloppiness. Like as I'm going through the process, there's sloppiness, and then like I tighten things up as I go along. Like I crisp up the details and the lines and things like that. So for you to get this, like when you look at the skin tone, it's not all like one flat skin tone. There's a lot of depth in this. There's like areas that are shaded, areas that are highlighted, and yet you've got this like really crisp transition to the translucent part that there's no bleed over. And like I just think that's amazing.
Thank you. You know what I'm doing with that without like over? You start a little bit in the way that you don't want it to be, and then when you bleed over, you just paint it over.
Gotcha.
So it will be right where you want it to be.
So it started out, it was just his ear that you were going to paint, and then it just kept getting further and further.
We got a request from Rob. If we can pull up the vampire heads and talk about the process on those. I'm assuming he means those the translucent brains.
That one.
It's this one here.
Yeah. Ha. Okay. So it's actually starting from the clear resin,
Mm-hmm.
and I used that the technical citadel, also the one that used the crack that I talked about before with the torso.
Right.
Right. So just slap it inside and let it dry for, I think by the time it is completely dry, take about 2 days, 48 hours.
Gotcha. So you're putting that on the inside of the sculpt that's
Yeah.
translucent, so it looks like it's a brain or something underneath the actual skull.
Right.
Okay.
And then you put some ink, either ink or shade, and then make it color so it look like it's have a blood or liquid in there.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it another 24 hours till it dry, and then lock it in with putty or anything that can make it not moving.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it dry for another 24 hours, and it's done.
And then, like with the first one, then you're painting the face afterward. So you're doing all of this stuff on the inside,
and
then you're painting all this afterwards. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that's like, see, like those kind of things. I wouldn't even think to do that. Like that's very cool. And then this, I think I heard you talking. This is that like what is it, like Yoo-hoo glue?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So the process is take long time, but it's not that difficult actually.
Gotcha. That's cool. What is going on here? That is crazy.
Real quick, Len saying you can really tell Artie plans out every piece that he creates, gives it a lot of thought prior to picking up a brush. It's very clear in the precision of his work.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of creativity to it. Like you can tell you're experimenting with a lot of different things and just trying to see, what you like, what works, and then, adjusting and kind of going from there. So I'm guessing this is like a Build-A-Figure piece or something. Like, this is from some other toy line, I'm guessing, right?
That is from the Planetary Dog toy also.
Oh, this hand?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
It's the hand of the werewolf, ogre
Okay.
scale. So I happen to break the finger of another hand, so I have one good hand, so I don't know what to do with it.
Mhm.
So like, okay, why not just shove it in there? Like, that's all.
Gotcha.
Right. Yeah, it's a lot of experiment in my work. Blaze Bayer call me a mad scientist or something, mad genius. What? Something.
Yeah, I could see that. That makes total sense for sure.
Yeah, because because he live in my area and sometimes he come to my studio, so
Yeah.
he know what's going on in my lab. Like, that was crazy.
See, now here's my boys right here. Like, this is it's so good. I absolutely love these.
I'm
Like
glad you like
that's
it.
so cool. This one's neat too. I like that.
Yeah, that one didn't make it to the table.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like you used part of the gnome kits, but instead of, like, normally people attach this foot up here to where the knee is,
Yeah.
you actually made him taller.
Yeah.
I like that build. That's an interesting build idea, using those gnome parts. Take a note of this, Len, if you're watching. This is an alternate use for these gnome parts. So that's cool. Here's another one of those.
Yeah.
Man,
I'm making another batch.
creepy cool. Like, look at these eyes right here, dude. It's so neat. I love the pink details, and then there's like this like purplish, and then it goes into the gray, but it's not all just like one solid gray. Like, there's definitely areas of highlight and shades in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can walk you through all the details because
yeah, that'd be great.
First, because people would think that I will do the pink last, but actually I do the pink first.
Mm-hmm.
Just slap the pink to where you want it to be, like the whole like that.
Gotcha.
And then you just paint purple, and then purple with gray, and then soft light gray.
Wow. So it's just like multiple layers, like just bringing it out as you go along.
So it end up with the shadow, because I'm not good with when people say like you do the shadow like this, maybe you just paint it and then you put a wash on it and highlight it again. I can't do that. I don't know why, but I can't. Every time I do that, I mess up. So I just learned to do my own way. So it turned out that building up the layer and building up the highlight, it's also create the same effect as you throw in the wash.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that quite a bit, that there's multiple ways to achieve kind of a similar look. I know we've talked to Kevin Dufresne a lot, that he doesn't like dry brushing. He hates dry brushing. So he can achieve the same look of dry brushing with kind of layering and highlighting. It just takes a lot longer time. But he doesn't like doing it the other way. So I hear what you're saying. There's like a certain stylized way to do it that it's like, hey, I can still achieve this look, but this is my style. So yeah, that's cool. Beautiful. This guy's awesome. I love this guy. He's one that I didn't pick up, and I kicked myself afterwards that I should have picked this one up at Legion's Con.
Yeah, I love his eyes.
Yeah,
like a crazy eye.
Yeah, that's awesome. I don't know if it was the same build. It was definitely that head, but you may have done more of those. And then this is the one that I reached out to you about before Legion's Con, and I was like, I gotta have this. So
it's all starts from here.
Yeah, this was the beginning. So that I mean, I love the Kai Labs leather pieces with it and stuff.
Yeah.
But then the paint job just, I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, you got Nikki saying amazing job. So there you go.
I was like, oh my God. Like when I see that, I was like,
There you go. Yeah, that's just a cool shot too. I mean, I love the photography on top of it. Like I don't know what kind of camera you're using, but it really does capture the details well. Oh, your phone is it just just cell phone, huh?
yeah.
Wow. Are you using like a photo box or something?
Yeah, I have that.
Gotcha.
It's not, I don't know how to do it. I mean, I don't know how to master it. Sometimes it's just like accidental shot. It's like, oh, it's coming out nice. Okay, good. Use this one.
Happy little accidents, huh?
Yep. I have a lot of that.
Oh man. Very cool. This one is neat. That's awesome.
Yeah, I planned this one for like quite some time to search out for the arms.
Yeah. Wow, that is cool.
The eye was a happy accident also.
With what? With the hands?
The eyes.
Oh,
Here.
the eye?
Yeah, I was painting the eye, was like doing it, and I sneezed like. So like, hey, look nice. Okay, let's do another one.
Are you talking about the black teardrop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
she
from
looks
a
like-
sneeze. That's great.
The red and yellow eyes look like the Sith eyes, and
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
those are cool. But I
Yeah,
love that you
this is-
sneezed and did that because I was
Right.
like, that's the part when I first, like, when I looked at the big shot, I'm like, man, look at those eyes. That's cool.
I know, right?
Just
It
an
was like
accident. And
supposed to
then,
be just a dark highlight, and then like.
yeah. And then I saw you did kind of a similar thing with this. So was that like you were like, oh well, I'm gonna do this, but without sneezing?
No, yeah, I just knew that. That was on purpose.
That's
Let's try
awesome.
this.
That is cool. That guy's nice. That looks like a production figure.
yeah,
That's cool.
Thank you. Yeah,
it
this
looks
one
like he walked right into 3 dimensions off a like Blue Eye Samurai or something.
Yeah.
I'm kind of kicked myself about this figure.
Yeah. Why is that?
It's because somebody was came in on the first day and asked if I can sell this one and mail it to her husband as a Christmas gift,
Mm-hmm.
and I say no
Ah.
because he's kind of having some not problems like he need to have some instruction because the torso on top was coming from different company. Like I use Wolf King. And I also use Penetrate Dog Toy. So it's kind of tight. If I don't give a proper instruction, it might break or something. And, I would like, I really want to talk to the guy who has it. And if I cannot talk to him, then no. But then we're like, I can just email him that later. But I don't know. I feel like I was kicking myself for that.
Yeah. Third party torsos are a little difficult to get them to fit well. Because there's just not the same give in the the openings that there is in a production torso. So yeah, they are very hard to get down. But the overall look of this is gorgeous. So that's cool. Ooh, look at that. I've never seen that one.
That one was an experiment. I would just try to do things, and then I just pull him apart.
That's cool. I like that. Beautiful.
Is that the one up in the middle of the girl? Is she on like a octopus torso, or is that another snake bottom?
This one is Skilla, the sea monster.
Okay.
Like Jason and Agnes.
But it is that same snake bottom part, right?
Right.
Okay.
So because according to the Greek mythology, she had wolf coming out from her thighs, and then she was part of sea monster. So that's why there's wolf.
God,
That's really
look at
cool.
that. Oh
The
my
tails,
goodness.
the whatever. The tails coming out of the shoulders like tentacles is awesome.
Oh, that's what that is. I was like, where did he get those pieces? That's the tail. Oh my gosh, that's so creative.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, you are a mad scientist. This yeah, that's awesome. I need to do a Dragon Warrior. I've had that set for a while, and
Yeah.
I've tried painting it a couple different ways, and it's never really come out the way that I wanted to. But I love this. This is, yeah, that is super cool.
Thank you. I think I read.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, I do him twice because 2 years later, I'm not happy about his boot, so I slapped the red on his boot.
Well, if you have another one like this at Legion's Con this next year, I'm gonna have to pick one up from you because that is fantastic.
Okay.
I love that.
He might show up at the Legion Con this year.
Well, I may be scooping out your table before you're set up again.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. Like, that's just creepy
man.
cool.
Mm-hmm. That is the very first head that I do the saliva.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is neat.
That was a four Horsemen of Apocalypse in my version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
That's a great look for Famine.
Oh, wow.
Right? Is that what I saw? Is that what I saw? You had it? Yeah.
That eye is crazy.
Yeah.
That shoulder haunch.
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's got a, yeah.
Yeah. I cannot replicate this one also because the torso is from Werewolf, from Planetary Doctor that's discontinued. And the belt is also from
my Action Figure Custom. Yeah. That's cool. Oh, this is nice. Look at that paint job. That is so nice on the face. That is cool. It's just so smooth. Like, that's really nice. That's cool. Oh, the mask is neat too. So yeah, just awesome Instagram. This is at Arthus Zoron on Instagram. If you guys aren't following him, what are you doing? Come on, you're watching this show. You know, we know you like this kind of stuff because that's all we really talk about. So if you're not following him, like, come on, let's get going. So
thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah. So amazing stuff. Obviously, you had a terrific showing at Legion's Con this past year. I'm guessing you're back this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And now actually asked Jeremy if I can have 2 tables.
There you go. There you go.
He said no. No.
Oh, he said no. That's fine. That's fine. Just makes me come back more every time that you put stuff out. So cool.
So I think they're gonna kick my table to the back and they'll put Arthus right up by you, Curtis. So you can just trade stuff back and forth.
See, I just don't listen. I'm not saying anything bad about Jesse stuff because I love Jesse, but sandwiching me between Arthus and Emil, I just feel like I really be out of my element. Like, it'd be like, hey, amazing Curtis. Hey, amazing. Like, yeah. So yeah.
That's why I want to be in the back, like away from the wall zone. I call it a wall zone.
Yeah.
Front. Like, I'm not gonna be there. Thank you.
Yeah, I got that from Lynn. Thank you for having one of my favorite artists on at a time that I could actually watch it. Well, that's why we did it, Lynn. We were gonna do it. There was some other event that we didn't really care about today, but we said we want Lynn to catch this episode. So
no, it's actually because my bedtime is at 9.
There you go. There you go. That too. So any other shows that you're doing this year besides Legion's Con, or is that kind of just the big one that you're ramping up for?
That's all. The only place that I'm going is there. It's Legion Con. I don't have much time. I mean, wait, how should I put it there? Because this one is starting as my hobby. Mm-hmm. So that's like flower arrangement stuff. So I just do it just to find something off my head from my work. Because I I have to contact with Thailand because that's just my headquarters, and sometimes I have to talk to the Europe office as well.
Mm-hmm.
So my time is not really like 9 to 5.
Gotcha.
Right. So my day will start about 5 a.m. when Thailand is about 5 p.m. So I have to talk to them before they off work, and then I get things and then I pick it up. And then around 8 p.m. my time, it's 8 a.m. their time, and then my boss want to have a meeting with me, something like that. So I'm always on the clock with work. So sometimes if I have time, I would just, do painting and stuff, which also leading to why I do not or almost impossible to do commission when people ask me. Not because I don't want to, but I can't. I don't have time.
Yeah, I mean, it's the other thing on there too is like with the commissions, like you gotta work on the stuff you want to work on, and especially like with what you're doing, like you're doing a lot of experimentation and trying new things and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that if there's certain expectations of something the way that somebody wants it to look.
Yeah.
Because a lot of this stuff you're trying stuff and seeing how it goes and creating stuff that you want to create.
Right.
And then if people want to buy it, hey, that's great too. But at least you were able to kind of, have those creative juices.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So he would be like, I might end up having a fight with my client.
Mm-hmm.
Like, idea going this way, I'm going like this way.
Mm-hmm.
So I just agreed to do kind of commission with someone like a few days ago. That would be, I told him he's the second in 2 years that I do commission for.
Yeah.
But his condition was he give me the head,
Mm-hmm.
do whatever I want, whenever I want, and then he might even pick up at Legion Con. It's like, okay.
Yeah. If they're giving you the freedom to kind of do your own thing, that's cool. It's when they have certain criteria that I want you to do this, and this, and I want it to look like that. It's like you're kind of limiting at the artist at that point. So, yeah, that's cool. I can't gush enough over your stuff. Just excited to see your stuff again this year. Anything that you want to tease for, what you think that you're planning or things that you might want to bring?
I'd rather not. I can't keep secrets.
Right.
If I say it, I would say everything. But
Gotcha.
Okay, let's see. I already have a theme. I think I have a theme for now. If I can keep it straight line all the way to Legion Con, it's gonna be luxury. Let's say, like you see the bling bling thing.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm starting to talk to them.
So that's cool.
It's going to be that bling bling thing.
Well, before you give away all your secrets, let me pull this up from Hedgehog. It says, what makes it cooler is that Arthus is such a sweet and cool person. I had a great time talking with him for a bit at Legions Con. And needless to say, the artwork on his table absolutely blew me away. Yeah, I mean, Legions Con, we've talked about it numerous times. It is an amazing event with amazing people. There's really not like a single jerk in the place. But that being said, like you are like one of the nicest people, like even out of all the nice people there, you like stand above as like one of the nicest. And so, yeah, having that much talent and amazing art, and then also just being a really cool, sweet guy. It really impressed me for sure. I'm ready to go back to Legions Con just to visit your table again. So
yeah, I can't wait. Also, I already have ideas. Like that's why I said like I need 2 tables, because when I lay down all my plan and like I don't have enough space, so I might have to adjust my game plan. Because at first, I'm talking, and Jeremy he offered me to go to the front, and I was like, can it stay in the back?
Hey, whatever works,
Right, because I was thinking that in the back, it's not so much of the traffic, right? So I can have time when people were just busy over there, go to the 4 horseman table. I can rearrange my table again.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, because if I with everyone else and people were just walking, and then I can't go out and like slap everything out and set up again.
Yeah, see,
That's
See,
kind of
the way that I do that, because I am at the front, but everybody that's coming up is either going to see a meal or they're talking to my wife about capes. So since nobody's talking to me, I have plenty of time to move around my stuff that's not selling.
but I end up have a lot of stuff didn't sell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, but anyway, because it first year, I don't really know how is the time things. I don't even know that it was we will close at 3 on Sunday,
hmm
right? So I have another plan. Is bring out something on Sunday afternoon. Pack up.
Yeah, and it's
We can-
when it's your first one too, like it's difficult to know like what things are people going to want, what's the price that they're willing to pay, like yeah, you kind of go into that first one not really knowing how it's going to go. So based on how things went this year, do you have any, like, are you planning to bring the same kind of stuff, like some customs, some heads, or are you going to lean more towards one or the other, or is it like, do you feel like your plan went well this year and you're going to kind of replicate it, or did you need to make adjustments based on what you saw this past year?
It will be something else.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was planning to do that, but then I have a lot of full custom that haven't have a chance to hit the table. So maybe I would just sell it on Cabal or something like mid-year and stuff. And then I bring something else to Legion Cons. I have some plan and some display that I have to figure it out because right now it's not enough on one table.
Yeah. I hear that. Well, anything else that you like when you're not painting, when you're not working on this stuff, when you're not, any other hobbies that you've got or things that you like to do?
Mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. Is there one in particular that gets your time?
I play a few, like some of those War of Vision, Final Fantasy, Marvel Future Fight. That game was like 7-8 years that I've been playing with.
Oh, cool.
Spent a lot of money on that. So yeah, actually when I do some painting and then I'm just waiting for the paint to dry and then I grab my phone and then I play until the paint dry and then I go back to paint.
Did you get in on the Mythic Legion Kickstarter game, and are you looking forward to that?
Yeah.
I think at least, if nothing else, I think the customizing aspect of it, of like the creative character part, is going to be super cool. I haven't seen enough of the gameplay to know if it's something that is going to really pull me in or not. But it is cool that you'll get to see more of the story as well, though. That'll be neat.
Yeah.
So
that would be because on my part, when I create something, I'd like to know the story, or at least I can work on with the background things. As you can see, some of my works not with cosmic at all, because I cannot base on anything that I can work with. I mean, I know the cosmic, the universe is like big and stuff. You can just do anything. Like the sky or the universe is the limit, but not work for me. I have to have a framework. I have to have a structure to do things. So if you look into my work, it's either refer to methodology, celestial, or whatever that you can refer to. That would be the thing that I can work with.
So like the customs and stuff that we were looking today on your Instagram, like when you're making those, do you envision them within a faction that already exists within Mythic Legion, or are they their own kind of thing in your head?
It's in my head, like
gotcha.
Another thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like that, the latest one, the demon one, actually refer from Indian literature called Ramayana, which is adapted by a lot of country in Southeast Asia. And that's a version of Thai of Ramayana also for that demon, the white one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. This one here.
Yeah,
gotcha.
This one. So in the story of Ramayana, it's like this demon or the giant was having a war with the monkey. So there will be monkey coming up. And
Gotcha.
with
Okay.
a lot of color of that demon also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got a question here from Big Daddy. Are you bringing some of those 1.0 scale heads that were just ogre size before? Apologies, I forget what they're called. You recently posted them.
That's the one that we just show.
Okay.
So I could bring it again, but because it's kind of detailed and it's very I will have to admit it's very expensive because the ogre size one that I sold last year, I bring 3. I only sell 1, and it's 75.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's this side, and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I might bring it
So that's
again.
a fair price.
Yeah, it take a lot of time.
Yeah.
That one that I just do last night, the white one, is my new love to hate painting that head. Because it used to be the Medusa, but now it's that one. Yeah, but it's really detailed. So I have a few more plan of that. So I'm still gonna do the red color and the green color and maybe the gray color for the demon.
Yeah. Are there any other toy lines that you collect besides Legions?
Used to, and I throw it all away.
That's a very common story.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, Transformer, HS Figure Art, you name it. I have almost every line.
Gotcha. What about you when you were younger? Was there anything that
He-Man.
He-Man? Okay. That
I mean,
was your main one?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that would be the only line, actually. The only line that I collect at when I was young was Master of the Universe.
Gotcha.
Right.
That's cool.
Just
Is that something that kind of helped draw you into Legions through the Motu tribute figures, or what was the first Legion that you actually picked up?
Four Horsemen himself, the studio. Because
The Equidron?
Equidron?
No, the studio, the Four Horsemen, the company. Because I know the story about the studio and their work before.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I see some of the line like Animal Kingdom or something earlier than Mythic Legion. And I always miss the train. I don't have money back then. And I like their work from the start. Ever since. And then there was one day there was this announcement, oh, another one called Mythic Legion coming in, and said, I'm not going to miss this train again. So I put the pre-order as much as I can.
Yeah.
Little did I know that it's turned out to be like a very long one.
So what was the first Mythic Legion figure that you had in hand that you opened? Do you remember?
I don't know the name. It's the orc with silver.
Urku?
Yeah. Something with a U and a K.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, he's a fun one. He's a
He's
little
the first
pricey
one.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the first one that I opened. And
that's cool. And what were your thoughts when you got it in hand?
I love orcs.
Yeah, me too.
I need more. That's what
there you go.
Yeah. So I think I end up like pre-order a lot of orcs and vampire, and I disregard most of the faction. I was like, I can't collect everything. So back then, like elves and stuff, I didn't have much, like almost not at all. Not even dwarf. Like dwarf is like back of the list. Orcs come first.
Yeah, I'd love to see, like, especially we got the new shadow orc coming. I'd love to see what you would do with like some shadow orcs, customs, maybe even like a shadow orc female. I bet that would be cool.
Maybe I might have a plan. I don't know.
Well, there you go. That'll work.
Yeah,
I mean, either way, I'm gonna be like scooping out your table, like, and I'll be over there. I'll be tucking around the corner.
Yeah, I remember.
You set up yet? You ready?
What? Yeah, there it is. Come back later 3 times.
You ready to take money?
You need to get him one of those, like, if you go to like TGI Fridays or something, the little disc that like lights
Yeah.
up and vibrates.
Yeah.
So when you're ready for Curtis, you can just turn
Yeah.
that on. And
Ackerman, table for two. We're ready for you at Arthus's table. Okay. Gotcha.
Well, I remember when I finished setup, I went to call you, like you were the first one to see the
Yeah.
complete setup. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that because I definitely wanted to do some shopping. I had money burning a hole in my pocket. So beautiful.
Mhm.
So I've seen you in we do the studio on Sundays,
Yeah.
and you've popped in a few times for the customizing studio.
Mhm.
For those out there that are watching that haven't been to the studio, what are your thoughts on the customizing studio?
I think it's fun. I mean, first of all, I don't talk much there. You know that.
Yeah.
I don't talk. Like I mute my phone, my microphone, and will just do my own thing, and I hear people on the background. And then when people ask some question that I know that I can answer, then I just jump in. So my thought would be like that would be a good place, to exchange the knowledge or talk about technique, or
Yeah.
one want to know something, you just ask, and people were willing to help. So that would be my thought about that. I mean, it's also fun to be like a workshop, not to like paint alone and just hear your neighbor instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it because there's a certain fellowship to it that's just like, hey, we're all working on our individual projects together. So there's something to that. There is, like you said, a lot of knowledge sharing that goes on, different paint techniques, different paints, brushes, all that kind of stuff. And then the other thing for me, like the biggest thing is, I know I got to open up the studio every Sunday. And so that what that means is that every Sunday I'm going to be painting. There are no weeks off. There's no, I mean, I try to do some more painting throughout the week when I can. I've got a similar kind of thing to you where I work for Coca-Cola, but I work from home and I support like several different distribution centers. So I'm on call 24/7.
Yeah.
But, it's not like I don't have an exact like time frame. It's not like I work 9 to 5 and then I'm off. So, there's times of the day that it's really busy and times of the day that it's slow. And I try to fit in painting where I can. But one way or another, I know Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be painting, and that accountability of, knowing that I've got to be there on Sunday helps me to make sure that I'm staying on track with that, because, a lot of times for me, it's one of those where I'll get in a mode where I'm like, I just really don't want to paint or whatever.
Yeah.
And if I let myself fall into that trap, I'll go like weeks or months without painting, and then I don't feel good.
Yeah.
But if I make myself paint, like even if I don't want to, I make myself paint. Once I start doing it, then it's like I'll be like, oh, I'll just do some dry brushing today, or I'll just paint these rivets or whatever. And then you start doing it, and you're like, okay, well, I did that part, and I've already got my paints out. I may as well do this other part, and then I'll do this other part. Next thing you know, like 3 or 4 hours have passed, and you've done like a whole bunch of stuff.
Right. That's true. I mean, it's happened that my time of painting usually is going to be on Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon. So it's almost the same time that the studio opens. So we're like, okay, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
May as
well, and
well.
a quick shout out to all the folks that are over in that right now, because I saw they did go live before we started the show. So hope everybody's having fun over there.
Yep, absolutely. So cool. Well, Jesse, I've been doing a lot of talking because you know how I feel about Arthus. But what kind of questions or things do you have?
Well, I was going to say, you said you get a lot of inspiration, or you base stuff on like mythology and different like celestial things and stuff. What's something from that you would like to see the Horsemen incorporate into some of the figures? Like, is there anything? I mean, obviously they have their own take on it, or something, even figura obscura, something like that. Is there something from one of those mythologies or backgrounds that you would be really excited to see their take on?
Well, that would be a long shot. But, I don't know. I've never seen anyone doing anything about Southeast Asia stuff. I mean, probably because nobody knows about it that much. So if I see something Thai or something from that region, I would be very like, yay,
That's cool.
right?
Okay.
But, I'm happy that they have Monkey King come out. It's at least it's Asian, it's Oriental, Chinese, so it's getting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. So like people can explore to another culture and stuff. Also, and also that's why probably that this year my theme more or less going to be, you see that demon and monkey that I'm doing Ramayana, and I have some more like a Asian warrior in making also. So I kind of produce something more of that this year, trying to be
Okay.
where from my background is.
That's really cool.
Right. So if you can't wait for something, just make one.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Right. And doing something, I don't want to use the word controversial, but like something that can cut attention a little bit.
Mhm.
Sure.
Like the one that you showed on my avatar,
Mhm.
flamboyant pirates things with the makeup. I plan to
Mhm.
have another one this year also, but he's not coming out as the pirates. He will be someone else, something else.
Okay.
Okay.
So that would be my theme.
Cool.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I like about the figure obscura is that they have started to touch on some other areas and other cultures and stuff.
Yeah.
And I always learn something with that. Like, even Krampus for me, like that, like I had no knowledge of what Krampus is. Monkey King was another one that I was like, I no idea. So it's cool to kind of learn some of that stuff as well.
Yeah.
And then it gets your creative juices flowing as far as like what other things could go with that. So
Yeah, that's true. And like I paint the head, like one of the head that with the skin condition. I think it's called vitiligo.
yeah. I
Right.
saw that on there.
Like do something about things that nobody else doing. Like
Right.
have fun with it, or how, because usually when I'm starting to do some project, it's not from refer to the celestial or the mythology all the time, right? I will see somebody else work, and then I will ask two questions: why not, or
Yeah.
what if, and it will
Okay.
come up with something else. Because everybody will
Okay.
do this, and then was like, so why not that? Like everybody try to have a perfect skin. So why not have a skin condition character or something? That
Yeah.
will create you some idea, and you will have something distinguished from other.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. I
very
mean,
true.
it's nice to have some unique pieces. So it's not, we're all presenting the exact same things at our tables for sure.
Yeah, not really like answer Jesse's question. I lead it to some other direction.
No, that's fine. See, that's like I like asking questions and seeing where they go. It's like not like when I write stories, I have like an idea of what this character is, but like
Yeah.
they start making their own decisions the further I get into the book or into the story. And it's like it's all coming out of my head, but like they're kind of doing their own thing. So
Yeah.
like I ask question A, I'm cool if we get to answer 75 instead of B, like because my brain doesn't work in a straight line either. So Nate asking if you're excited about Lee J. The
gym.
No, Lee J. He's in the retailer wave, the gold and black armor, like elf.
Oh, that one.
It could be the elf orc builder, depending on which heads you use.
Oh, right, that one. No.
No? Okay.
No, not a fan. Well,
I'm sorry.
we got Van
I mean,
saying that Arthus paints so beautifully, and he also has great fashion sense.
thank you.
That's something we haven't hit on, but a lot of people like to talk about your fashion sense. You dress pretty nicely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a thing about my stuff or thing that I put on.
Yeah.
I have a walk-in closet here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I like to, probably because I got it from my mom and my sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to dress up, and I always have to look nice, so presentable. So I mean, that's how we. I mean, I got taught that you have to look presentable. I might get extra.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
the field that you work in, is that unique for that? 'Cause don't you- yeah,
We talked about that before, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think we talked about it maybe at Legion's Con.
Yeah,
Or no, maybe
in
in
the
the
studio.
studio. I don't know. Yeah.
Because Emil asked me what I'm doing for work.
Mhm.
I'm
And so,
in,
yeah,
I-
are people that you work with surprised when they see how you're dressed?
well, not just that, but just the industry that I'm in, it's actually male dominant, kind of. They have some female figure in the industry also, but they never ever see a gay fanboyage walking into the sorting recycle line before,
Mhm.
or someone like dressed like me going into the single stream garbage collecting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you see them. If anyone remember that coat that I have when I walk into the LegionCon this year,
Mhm.
right? I wearing that in one of my trip, yes, in Europe, and in the sorting line. I just go into the sorting line in. They have like all kind of garbage and everything stuff,
Mhm.
and this one going with the fur coat gown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would definitely that would look interesting. So you're definitely you're definitely probably the best dressed person there for sure. That's
Let's
cool.
see how will come up this year.
Yeah, that's cool. You'll need two tables. You'll just have one for your painted stuff, and then one that's just like a fashion show. Like,
No, well,
awesome.
maybe. Yeah, but I'm not gonna make mistakes again this year. I'm gonna not forgetting lunch.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, it's so busy at Legion's Con. Like, it's easy to forget to to drink water, to eat right, and even get sleep. Like, there's so much going on and people hanging out in the lobby till all hours of the morning that it's really easy to just kind of get caught up in conversation and stuff. And it's like, man, you got to get some sleep though, because that weekend's going to go pretty quickly. And you depending on how you're traveling and stuff, especially if you have to drive home or whatever, like, you want to have your wits about you for sure. So yeah.
Bold of you to assume I have wits to begin with.
Yeah,
Steve-O,
okay.
I feel like I'm getting personally attacked here, but when it's a sea of cargo shorts and hoodies, those outfits looked amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know what you mean. I mean, yeah.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like, pretty
I'll
much
try not
my
to take it
whole
personally.
wardrobe is, basketball shorts and graphic t-shirts. So, it's like,
My sense of fashion is everything covered that needs to be covered, and are all the zippers up? Good to go.
there you go. And of course, flannel, so.
Well, yeah, I mean, I do lose the flannel when the heat gets up, because
Gotcha.
yeah. Oh, I know, Steve-O. I know. I was just
So, what about, like, are there any movies that you've watched recently, or any TV shows that you're watching that you're really into?
I think I'm gonna go watch the new one, the Madame Web.
Okay.
Right, that's coming out this Wednesday. That would be the thing that I want to do, but I don't even remember what is the last movie that I watched. I mean, I live in Kingston. I don't have a car.
Oh, okay.
Right, and so I didn't go to see a movie that often. Like in here, if you want to call Uber, you need to wait for like 15 or something minutes or half an hour.
Gotcha.
It's quite difficult. It
Yeah.
takes the whole day to go to just 15 minutes drive here, So no, so I give up on movie for now.
What about TV shows? Anything streaming or anything that you're
my
watching?
God, you're gonna hate on this because I don't watch any of those.
Oh,
Most
yeah?
of the time. No, not really. I mean, I just watch YouTube, probably like news channel from Thailand, just know what's going on in my country, and then I would just watch a YouTuber talking about the game that I'm playing. That's
Gotcha.
pretty much about that, but not so many things about the other. Like I have Netflix and stuff, but I didn't watch it that much. Yeah, so it's like wake up, work, watching YouTube, watching news, go back, like go to the office, come home, have my time for a few hours, meetings, go to bed, wake
Very
up,
busy
repeat.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the weekend, paint. That's all done. I don't have a life.
It sounds like you got a lot fit in there for sure.
What about reading? Do you get to read anything or audiobooks or anything like that? Okay, I'll take that as a no.
So usually I read my emails work. That's all. I usually
Okay.
don't. When I talk to people and like I would say when he or she try to explain something and then write it on long emails to me, and I would say like, I'm sorry, I don't read. That would be my answer. But
That'd be my answer as well.
I was going to
So I'm
say,
right there with you.
you and Curtis just became best friends.
we already kind of were. So, it's
Well, folks, it's been a good run. Arthus is going to be taking over for me next week with Curtis.
See, I told you, I was like, you ask me anything else, and I would be like, I don't do that. I don't do this. I don't read. I don't
That's
watch
fine.
movie. I don't watch TV. You've been pretty much about, yeah. Most of the time, I just work, I guess, because it's kind of quiet here in Kingston. Or maybe I don't know a lot of people around here. I mean, because I have to move around. So, yeah, most of my friends are back in Thailand, so I don't have a lot of close friends much. Yeah.
When I first saw, I think the first work that I saw from you was doing some of like the like skeletal mummy heads and stuff with the saliva and stuff. And I saw your name. And I didn't think it was your real name. I thought it like these people go like on Instagram or something, they'll have like kind of a pop culture-y name or whatever. Well, I played World of Warcraft for a lot of years, and like, King Arthus on there was like my favorite character, the Lich King. And so I thought that your name was like a take on that. So I didn't think that was like your real name for the longest time.
It's not my real name. It's still not my real name.
Oh, it's not. Okay. See, I thought it was.
No, It's not. It's actually come from King Arthus.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And, the part Arthus come from Warcraft. The part Zoron come from Star Trek.
So I was right. See here, I thought that it was a take on that, and then I was like, no, I think that's his real name, and then
No,
okay.
not at all. My full name is super long.
That's an interesting name, super long. So first name super, middle name super, and then last name long. Huh?
Like my name is really long. Like every time when somebody asks me to spell, I can't just go like S-U whatever. I have to like S for Sierra, U for uniform, T for Tango.
Gotcha.
You cannot catch it because it's like this long.
Well, now that I know that it's based on World of Warcraft, now we're like super best friends. So
and Star Trek.
Yeah, and Star Trek. Yeah. So I hate to admit it, Jesse, but yeah, this was a fun ride. It was nice having you as a partner on the show. Tune in next week for shooting the Zoron. Arthus the Shelf. Good stuff. Well, anything else that you want to promote or talk about that people should know? since they're here?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe. Told you I'm a bit awkward around here. But,
That's fine.
it was-
Check out his stuff in the Cabal. Check out his stuff
Yeah.
on Instagram. At Arthus Zoron.
Right.
And,
I'm planning to do something. I was hoping that I can put on more of my work.
mhm.
Maybe I'll do some sales or something on during the year or something. But as I said, like most of my work, if you can't see it in your hands, you don't feel the magic there. So it's kind of like, yeah. Well, we'll see what's going on. Let's see what's up in my sleeve. But I have a lot of plans for LegionCon this year. There must be a reason why I was like, I need 2 tables.
Well, yeah. I mean, that as soon as you said you were talking about 2 tables, I was like, oh man, he's got lots of plans. So okay, cool.
Yep.
Well, I'm excited. I just got to make sure that I save up before then.
Who knows? Like, you know, that the thing that you talked before, like, that I should have a fan club or a VIP club, something.
There you go. Yeah, get early access to your table.
That could be. I mean, if I cannot
Get like a velvet rope to like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
to like lead up to your table and get like a bouncer. Like you're not on the list. You gotta go back of the line.
He's holding a clipboard and it's just my name on it.
Hey, but I really appreciate your support. You know, like.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, it's easy when your work is that good, and you know, like Jonathan was saying too, like you're awesome person. So, yeah, it makes it very easy to support somebody like you. So, we really appreciate you coming on, and this has been a lot of fun. So, and
for having me.
I mean, I don't know that there's anybody watching that didn't know about you before this, but if they didn't, they definitely do now. So. Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
And I'm going to make sure I get to come by your table and actually get something this year because last year, I walked around the back. And I was like, oh, I got to come back to Arthus, and I got back up front, and then the convention was over, and
I understand. Like that happened to me too. I want to check out a lot of table, and I end up like fainted on Saturday night because I didn't have lunch, and then on Sunday I was so busy, like.
Well, and you know, I know we've talked about, you know, kind of joking around with, you know, me talking to you as you were trying to set your table up and everything because I was really excited to buy your stuff. I'm just excited that you didn't yell at me like Jesse does during setup, because Jesse gets, I mean, if you talk to him during setup, it is not pretty. So. I just appreciate that even while you were busy, you know, by yourself, like you didn't have other people at your table setting stuff up like Jesse did, like you're doing it all yourself. And yet you were still super nice when somebody was trying to talk to you.
Ouch.
Yeah, you didn't just like bite anybody's head off or anything. So I appreciate that for sure.
Thanks for mocking my neurodivergence, Curtis.
Oh, Jesse, I love you so much.
Okay.
Purple Gang popping in here says Darla on Legion's lady this Thursday. Yes, she is, and she's super nervous. So yeah, please jump in and support her. Because she's a nice gal, and even though she does have some hangups, like, you know, she chose to live with me, but other than that, she's awesome. So.
Steph with love your work, Arthus.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Right.
Jesse, you got anything else?
No, now I'm just replaying the setting up at Legion's kind of in my head, and I can't get that. I can't get that playback reel to stop.
Okay.
Playing, so
do we need to work through that trauma? No.
Better not. Let me leave first, and then you can start.
Now, see, Steve-O's coming to your fence. He says it must be me because you didn't say anything mean to him during setup. So there you go.
I don't think
Yeah.
Steve-O tried to hand me anything. Sorry, we're not going to do this in front of Arthus. We're not going to do that.
I do have Dave on here doing a plug too. Says Steph is going to be on Saturday Day Live on Saturday.
Nice.
So there you go. Cool.
Nice.
A lot of shows. I think the Lounge is back this week. I'm not sure if the Lair is on. I think
Lair's
Jeremy. This is the last week I think that Jeremy's out. I know Legion's cast is going live on Thursday. What'd you say, Jesse? Oh, I think he locked up.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back now. Yep.
I was gonna say, I thought Jeremy said he was taking like the month of February off, like the 4 weeks.
Oh, okay. I thought this was the last week, but maybe not. I know he's definitely not going this week.
I don't math well, so that
yeah. Nate's in the chat, but he didn't confirm whether they're on tomorrow, so I don't know. Iz is on the Lair this week. That'll be fun. So yeah, Nate, if you guys are going live tomorrow, let us know. So not sure what Legion's cast has this week, but I know they're doing a show. Legion's ladies, obviously, Saturday Day Live. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
All sorts of goodness. Purple Gang Gang. I got to rewatch last night's replay because I was out of it.
You were on the show last night.
I was. Sure, I was.
You were on with your goat. Trevor says they are on tomorrow. So there you go. Beautiful.
So many shows.
Yeah, it's a lot of shows. You were talking about earlier, like, the only thing you're really watching is YouTube. I get it because there's a ton of stuff going on. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
well, Arthus, we really appreciate you showing up and working with us on the time to jump on earlier, and it sounds like it worked out for your bedtime anyway. So appreciate you being here.
Totally.
We're gonna go ahead and put you backstage. If you have to go, that's fine. If not, just hang out, and we'll be right back with you as soon as we close out the show.
Right.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Arthus. Have a great afternoon. See you in a sec. Excuse me, man.
Another one in the
I
book.
also was not talking a lot because my voice is still, and you were asking all the questions I would have asked anyway. So
yeah, I don't have a problem talking. So
no, you don't.
That's
No, I didn't mean that. Okay, that came out wrong. I do have problems talking, is what I was trying to say.
Gotcha. Oh yeah. Lynn will be on Purple Gang Gang Saturday. Forgot about that. So yeah, I got it. Got to check out that one. So
I don't have a slide for next week's show yet because I usually do that coming up, like between now and the start of the show. So
Jesse,
by
what are we
bumping
gonna
the
do
show
again?
up, plus it was really hard to find pictures of our guests next week.
Which are?
Did
you say guests, like multiple?
Guests.
Ooh, wow.
Like dose of them.
Okay.
DOS, not DOSE.
The Spanish.
Anyway.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Two.
Mhm.
Patrick Boyle and Nathaniel Armstrong. So we're featuring some of our fellow Wolf King pals in our build up for ZoloCon in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So next weekend will be Art and Patrick, or Pat and
Nate Armstrong. Yes.
Nate Armstrong.
So that'll be the
Patrick
last
Boyle
show that we have before ZoloCon, which you're going to as well, right?
Yes, I'll be helping Len and the crew at ZoloCon at the Fuge in Warminster, Pennsylvania, setting up Friday, and the show runs for, I think, Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday. It'll be really cool to see some folks.
Yeah.
It'll be crazy because usually Wolf King's right next to the Horseman table, so that line just kind of fills right in. It's 2.5 days of nonstop talking to folks. A lot of folks who don't know what legions are, folks who do. It's a really fun show. So it'll be.
Yeah, I mean those two are both like super creative artists too. So it'll be interesting to kind of pick their brain on, what things that they're working on and what things that to expect for Zolo and everything else. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful.
Totally. And since Wolf King is our sponsor, wanted to throw out real quick, they Len did put up a whole bunch. I think it was over 20 new parts. I think.
Yeah, a lot of new stuff, including
this week.
The 2 sculpts that we worked on: the caribou and the tapir.
Yep.
The
So we got,
Jesslins, which are the Jesse goblins named after Jesse. So yeah, some parts that we're even connected with in there. So
yeah. So yeah, check those out. And he's doing like the kits where you order a figure and you get some add-on parts for a great deal. So make sure you go swing by Wolf King Customs and check out that stuff over there.
beautiful. Well, we hope that everybody enjoys the rest of their Sunday, whether you're watching the game or not. Have a good time. And until next time.
What's on your shelf? No!